It's showtime, freaks! Ah!
T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, ignition.
I'm going to step off the limb now. That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
The Alpha Men Podcast is presented by Garage Door Commander. Fueled by a hell of a lot of PBR. And produced by TJ Michaels Creative. Narrated by Jamie Dennis. Graphics by Sven. Dedicated to Hendrik the Viking Poulsen. 2023, all rights reserved.
Seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engines running. We have a liftoff. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
You ever notice how men are portrayed in movies and TV shows? Tired of seeing men portrayed as dopey Homer Simpson clones? Tired of the attack on men? Tired of the woke labeling everything as toxic agenda? Tired of the wussification of the American male? Well, then you're in the right place. Look, we love and respect women around here, but the truth is, we're wired differently than the female species. And if there can be a place where the chicks can get together on TV every day, like that awful program The View, we figured there should be a place where guys can be guys, and we're capable of creating an equally horrid program. So get ready. This is a celebration of man. Because after all, who built the Empire State Building? Who built a rocket and landed on the moon? Who created the very computer algorithm that allows you to find this show?
That was created by Ada Lovelace, a woman.
Okay, great. Credit where it's due. But I think we can all agree the algorithm sucks. Who created the automobile? The Egyptian pyramids? Who stormed the beaches of Normandy? We don't talk about feelings here. We will question the validity of your man card. We're not politically correct, and we'll stand up and fight back against a culture that's determined to transform us into a bunch of neutered pansies. This is your weekly dose of toxic masculinity, a show created by men for men. This is the Alpha Men Podcast. And now, two men who don't own a pair of skinny jeans between them, TJ Michaels and John Stacy.
Hell are you doing?
It's spray foam.
Oh, thank God.
Wait a minute. What are you doing? I just made a mess in here.
What am I doing?
What? You look like Wall-E from the Pixar Disney cartoon. Nice headlamp. That's really nice. You working on something? Oh, jeez. Can't even.
You want to talk about the 49ers?
That's a dick move right there. That's all there's to it.
Little salt in the wound.
Welcome to, I can't believe it, episode 20 of the Alpha Men Podcast. That is big news. Pretty exciting too. Every Tuesday night, live on Facebook Live. We're on what else? Twitch, YouTube,
Spotify,
Rumble,
Pandora,
Spotify, iHeartMedia.
Truth.
I don't know. We're all over the place. It is a show where there is no safe space here. All right. And it's a place where it is okay for a guy to be a guy, act like a guy, talk like a guy, and well, just be a guy. All right. Because everything else tells you that men are toxic and all that other stuff. And that's not really true. So we kind of push back on all of that. Do us a favor, like and subscribe, share. Visit alphamenpodcast.com as well. Visit the Alpha Men store. There's all kinds of great stuff in there. barbecue aprons, hoodies, T-shirts, sweatpants, koozies,
Oh
coasters.
crap! I'm
I
not
don't
paying
know. There's all
attention.
kinds of stuff. And that helps us bring you this show each and every week. AlphaMenPodcast.com. And we do want to thank our friends at Ohana Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards. Ohana means family. Ohana Sports
So,
Cards on Facebook.
so
Yeah.
Steven, you know Justin Danger Nunley on TikTok?
No.
He
No.
says, "Listen,"
No.
and he tells you a fact.
Yeah.
So, Steven Sellers from Ohana has
Yeah.
challenged or asked Justin Nunley to come to the Daytona 500. He's a big race fan. He always goes to the races, but he asked him to
Okay,
come to the
cool.
Daytona 500 and do a live card break at the Daytona 500.
Oh, nice.
So
Very,
hopefully,
very
Justin.
cool.
I'm actually friends with Justin, so hopefully he sees this podcast and says, "Hey, I'll reach out to Steven." So we'll see.
Yeah, if you're into card breaks, whether it be basketball, football, NASCAR, you name it, Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook is where you need to go. Let's get episode 20 going, you sick, twisted freaks, Tuesday night. And we start with our man of the week. I want to introduce you to Glenn. All right? Right there he is on the screen. Bald-headed Glenn. Glenn Edwards. He is from Reading, England. Okay? Now, Glenn is a man. He is a master crane operator.
Okay.
And when he realized one of his coworkers was trapped in a burning building 60 feet off the ground, Edwards worked pretty quickly to rescue him last week, performed a daring rescue to save the man. The experienced crane operator quickly switched out the concrete pouring equipment on his crane and picked up a metal cage. He took directions from someone on the ground and, using skill and precision, lowered the cage to the stranded worker, lifted him out of the dangerous situation to the cheers of all of his co-workers and onlookers below. And the rescued man taken to a nearby hospital, treated for mild smoke inhalation, but that's really all that's wrong with him, expected to make a full recovery. Edwards later joked that he hadn't met the man yet, but is expecting a drink from him at the pub across the way. And in response to his act, a crowd fund was started for Edwards to buy that drink, and so far it's raised over $25,000 to buy a drink.
One hell of a drink. That's very admirable, that guy, though.
But nonetheless, it's not easy to switch that stuff out. You know what I mean? You got a crane, you're working on one thing, and you drop that, pick up another thing, get it up there,
and make sure you're not hitting nothing and all the stuff around you and stuff. That's pretty impressive.
Quick thinking and a life-saving effort, and for that, Glenn Edwards, that makes you our man of the week this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
We'll definitely have a drink for you.
Speaking of drinks, our beers of the week segment. This week I actually have beer. John is doing the frou-frou drink again.
Well, I was busy working all day at Martinsville Speedway, so my buddy Peak picked me up the Beast. I did the white one a few weeks ago, so hey, why not?
What is that one? What's the difference?
I don't know. This was Beast unreleased, hard 6.0, mean green.
Okay,
I don't.
It's probably like Mountain Dew. Yes, I don't know.
I'll tell you in a second.
Okay, I have Founders 4 Giants Tropical Treasure.
Ooh.
Tropical Hazy IPA. All right. So that's what we're trying. This says it is 7.5% per volume.
Yeah, it's more. Yeah, Haley's right. It's more like a monster.
Oh,
It's
Did you hear that sound? That's a great sound.
I agree with you, Haley. It's definitely more like a monster, but there's a Mountain Dew kick to it. But
see, I don't drink Monster, so I don't even know I don't even know what it tastes like. But
it's fruity. It's not fruity. It's like one certain fruit. It's almost like a green apple, like a sweet green apple.
oh,
6%.
You know what? This is really good.
Feast on the Beast.
Founders 4 Giants Tropical Treasure. Tropical Hazy IPA. It's pretty smooth for an IPA. And you can definitely taste hints of tropical fruits like pineapple. I don't know. They got pineapple on the can. I guess I taste that,
Mango. These nuts.
These nuts are not in there. All right.
Let's make sure.
No, it's pretty. 19.2 ounce can, 7.5% alcohol, and the.
Do you remember last time you drank one of those?
Founders Brewing Company, I think, is in Michigan, I believe.
Do you remember when you drank one can that big last time?
Yeah.
Same color?
Yeah, it was gross.
Juice?
That Huggy Bear juice. Oh, no. The juice stuff, we're not getting into that. That was
the same size can.
That was a bad night. Look for it where you buy your beverages. Beast.
Yeah, Beast. I'll give it a 4 because I'm not a big energy drink guy. Well, 4.5.
I feel like Dave Portnoy here. One drink, everybody knows the rules. See, lad, that's not funny. That's not funny. I'm not even reading that comment.
You don't need to. I can put it up.
I'll give that a 4 for an IPA. It's pretty smooth for an IPA. It's pretty easy drinking for an IPA.
It's not hoppy then.
It's not. There's a little bit of hops in it, but not overwhelming. I don't understand the whole heady topper craze. Yeah. Or these beers that they're just so disgustingly laden with hops that it about knocks you over. I don't understand why people are into that. It's
like chewing your beer.
Yeah, really. And there are hops there, but they're not overpowering.
Excuse me.
So, and you do get some of that citrus tropical fruit flavor in it, and it's not bad. I'll give it a 4. Founders, 4 Giants, Tropical Treasure, Hazy IPA. Wherever you buy your beverages, look for it, and look for Beast. You gave it a 4? Was that the deal?
Yeah, 4. I'll give it a 4.5. I could drink these, but the caffeine I'd have a heart attack. But yeah, it's good. I'll give it a 4.5.
Oh, I guess I never thought about the fact that that's got booze. It's got alcohol and caffeine in it too.
It's got
how much is that like the same amount of caffeine that's in a Monster?
Yeah, but I can't read it. It's too small of print. I'm getting too old.
It's getting old. All right. That is Beers on Tap this week on the Up Med podcast. This week's signs of the coming apocalypse, and we bring them to you because we're all doomed. It's just all there is to it. We start with a new spa treatment called Galvanic. Now take a look at that. And your wife, she wants to go down to the spa and be pampered. That does not look like you're being pampered.
Oh.
Does it not?
Hey, hold on.
Want glowing skin, Clarice?
All Monster Beast unreleased flavors will not contain any caffeine.
Oh, wow. Okay. All right. Galvanic facial. If your wife asks for one, just tell her, oh, so you want the Hannibal Lecter facial. Because that's what it looks like, right?
Yeah.
It is gaining notoriety for sending electrical currents through a full coverage beige mask. The treatment promises to firm up skin, decrease acne, and offer better circulation in your face. All things that men really aren't concerned about. $180 per session. And some doctors are saying that because this mask isn't well studied or well regulated yet, it could pose a burn threat, even cause scarring. Meanwhile, docs also say you're to die for results, only temporary. So,
the next chapter's face off.
Moving on, the arterial apocalypse is upon us tonight. A food truck in the UK is debuting one of the world's most deliciously caloric menu items on the planet. Tom Warwick, there you see him, 29. He runs the Meat Castles food truck. What a great name for a food truck. Meat Castles.
I agree.
He has created a Franken sandwich consisting of 3 beef patties, 6 slices of cheese, slathered in melted butter, placed gingerly between 8 Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh, my God.
The burger is around 3,180 calories, which is as much as 6 Big Macs. If you do manage it in 3 bites, you've done 1,000 calories a bite, according to Warwick. So now he's throwing down the gauntlet. The mastermind behind the concoction is offering $127. I'm not sure why. It must translate to some sort of the British pound, some round number. To anyone who gets through the beast in 3 bites. If you can eat that sandwich in 3 bites, he'll pay $127.
Sure, I could do that. 3 bites, though? I mean,
those are some damn big bites, my friend.
But I mean, it sounds amazing.
Yeah. Next, motorists in Ohio get their just desserts. A stretch of Interstate 90 this week in Lake County, Ohio, was closed Thursday morning after a crash of 2 semi-trucks covered the roadway in boxes of chocolate and caramel. One of the trucks spilled its load of chocolate and caramel candy into the roadway, prompting officials to direct traffic off the highway.
Doesn't look like caramel.
And it's because it's mixed with the chocolate.
It looks like you stepped on a bug. It's like you stepped on one of those June bugs.
Moving on, our next sign of the coming apocalypse, the National Christmas Tree near the White House knocked over last week after strong winds ripped through the area. The National Park Service says the 40-foot tree from West Virginia fell over during a heavy wind gust, kind of like Joe Biden. And the cable securing the Norway spruce has now been replaced. Public viewing of the National Christmas Tree in President's Park lasts through January 1st. But it really is kind of like just like this entire administration, that whole thing. It
topples.
Volumes. Anyway, our next sign, a Kentucky resident, furious after his inflatable Santa Claus was downed by an apparent drive-by shooting. Donald Nelson had just finished putting up the Christmas tree decorations outside his family home in Lexington days earlier, including a brand new $200 giant inflatable Father Christmas for the front yard. The family's holiday cheer was suddenly deflated when they found the inflatable flat on the ground one evening and a large hole in it. Mr. Nelson told the outlet that his wife had been sitting on the couch around 8 o'clock at night when they heard a small bang outside. When he went outside to investigate, he saw his new Santa lying on the ground. At first, he thought nothing of it till he looked at his home security camera and saw what appeared to be the moment the inflatable was shot by someone in a car.
Trying to bring it up.
Footage shows the car turning around while the sound of the firearm rings out. Seconds later, the Santa falls back and starts to deflate. On closer inspection, the inflatable was found to have a large 18-inch bullet hole in it.
18-inch?
Yeah.
What the hell did they shoot it with?
I don't know.
Holy crap. 50 cal?
But you see the cars there.
Yeah, I brought it up, made it bigger. I was trying to see because it's kind of weird looking. So that's him laying down.
This is why we can't have nice things.
I'd be pissed.
Right?
Those things ain't cheap.
That's this week's signs of the coming apocalypse on the Alpha Men Podcast. Portion of the Alpha Men Podcast is proudly presented by Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. Ohana means family, and that's how they treat their customers, like family. Check out Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook and become part of the Ohana family. Awesome card breaks from football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. That's OHANA Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards.
John's manly meme of the week.
I'm just fixing something. Oh yeah, I was fixing the ad because every time that thing shows, it shows our logo in the middle. I just deleted it. Yeah. I mean, we this is last week we were talking about Christmas movies and Die Hard. And I saw this, and I mean this or the Family Vacation. Actually, I put on this probably my favorite, but Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie. And I found this thing on TikTok that nails it. So it's about a minute. Go ahead.
You're listening to the audio only podcast. The pictures of a boxer, and it says my favorite Christmas movie, Die Hard. Yeah, absolutely.
So this is about a minute and a half, but it's on point. So we'll bring it up now.
Die Hard is a Christmas movie, a fact that no one can deny. If you still doubt its festive cred, then here's some Yuletide reasons why. It's set at a Christmas party, taking place on Christmas Eve. The most festive time of year, all non-believers must agree. John McClane's wished Merry Christmas when he lands at LAX. Sleigh bells ring at 1 minute 50, festive so far, yes you bet. Then there's John's wife, her name's Holly. How many more clues is this enough? The only thing missing is a Christmas turkey, but Hans Gruber does get stuffed. So Billy's Christmas party, 12 days of Christmas, coincidental we think not. 18 mentions of the word Christmas, quite the merry melting pot. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie? We prove that beyond a doubt. So John McClane's a festive hero. Yippee-ki-yay, hands over and out.
Very good.
Christmas movie. Hate it.
Very, very good. Yeah.
So,
Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
It brings up so many points. So I was talking to the wife about it the other night. She's like, "It's not a Christmas movie." She watched this. She's like, "No, it's not a Christmas movie." I'm like, "Then Home Alone is not a Christmas movie." She shut up.
Die Hard is most certainly a Christmas movie.
But as soon as I brought the Home Alone thing up, she's like, she had no argument. Yeah. So I'm like, I won. I finally won against my wife on this.
It's not Christmas till Hans Gruber falls off a Nakatomi Tower. That's right. Just all there's to it.
I'll watch it Christmas Eve at Myrtle Beach.
John's manly meme of the week on the Alpha Men podcast.
Tales from the old couch.
Oh, boy. On the other side of this camera, there's an old couch.
No cat.
One that used to be in our living room downstairs. My wife wanted me to get rid of it. I couldn't. I brought it up here to the podcast studio. I like to sit on it and think. And well, this week I'm thinking with a heavy heart. Lifetime of memories ended Saturday night at Madison Square Garden in New York City. My favorite band in the entire world called it quits after 50 years. And talking about you wanted the best, you got the best, the hottest band in the world, it's Kiss. And they have taken their final bow Saturday night. As a Kiss fan, the moment's kind of bittersweet. It feels like the end of an era, a farewell to the pounding drums, the screeching guitars, the unmistakable stage presence that really defined the 70s, 80s, 90s, and, well, the last 50 years. The final curtain call, painted faces now worn with the patina of time and voices too. We bid adieu to the band that made us scream and shout and want to rock and roll all night. I remember the first time I heard Detroit Rock City coming from my brother Norm's bedroom. Kiss started essentially in 1973. Made it big in 75 with Alive, the first concert album. I was born in 1973, and so a lot of the mid to late 70s stuff was not my era, but I grew to love it as I got to know the band. But my taste in music came from my older brother Norm. And when I heard Detroit Rock City for the first time, it was like a sonic boom, a musical revolution. It sent shivers down my spine. And from that moment on, I was hooked. Kiss wasn't just a band, they were really a way of life. The music became the soundtrack to our rebellious youth, the anthem to every wild party. But Saturday night, it was the end. We celebrated an incredible journey that they've been on. And of course, there's a lot of people out there saying, well, didn't they quit in 96? And yeah, that was the original band. But, you know, now they're doing the Avatar thing. It's not actually over. They're going to live on forever through CGI, and the band is going to retire and not tour anymore. But
I was
it's
wondering
a
what
way,
that was.
yeah, it's a way that we can hang on, to the awesomeness of Kiss. And I don't really understand the whole thing yet or how it's going to work. And I really get that it's not for my generation. It's for younger Kiss fans. And that's the great thing about Kiss. You go to a show today and you see a grandfather standing next to his son who's holding his baby boy or holding his hand of his son. And all three of them are there rocking out to the makeup, the costumes, the pyro, the larger than life personas.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a concert. It was a spectacle, a theatrical experience. And it took rock and roll to new heights. No one did it like Kiss, and no one else ever will. So, we'll miss the fiery explosions and the blood spitting and the thunderous riffs that shook the arenas, the energy that surged through the crowd as we sang every single word. And we'll say goodbye, but
What?
You
So
know.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What was the makeup? What was there behind? Why they do the makeup?
Well, if you go back to the early 70s in
I
New York
wasn't born
City,
yet.
one of the bands that was toured that was local around New York City was a band called the New York Dolls, and they
Okay.
were starting to dress in drag. And Kiss wanted to be the band that the guys in the band never saw on stage, and they wanted to be more than just four guys standing on stage strumming guitars.
So they
You
want to do
know,
something to stand out. It makes sense.
and they wanted to do something to stand out, and so that the makeup comes from the Japanese kabuki theater, but the personas are all a reflection of each of the band members' personalities. I mean, Paul Stanley, the lead singer, was always a geeky kid,
Yeah.
and he wanted to be a star, so he became the star man. And
Also, the star on his face
yeah, and Gene Simmons was a horror movie fan.
with a tongue.
So he became the demon, and it went on from there. But tonight, I just wanted to thank all the guys in the band over the years, because there are original members that aren't there anymore, and that seems to be a point of contention with a lot of Kiss fans. Why aren't the two original guys there? Well, 50 years is a long time to be in a band.
Yeah.
And a band is like a marriage. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. The guys who are in the band right now, who are playing those original members' parts, have been in the band longer than the original members were in the band. They've been in the band longer. They've been in the band for the last 20 years. So,
Yeah.
but you go through, Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley and Ace Frehley and Peter Criss were the original four members. And then along came Eric Carr, who replaced Peter Criss, and a guy named Vinnie Vincent, who wrote a lot of the Big Kiss songs, like "Lick It Up" and some of the other ones.
Yeah.
He replaced Ace Frehley. Vinnie Vincent then was replaced by Mark St. John. Mark St. John was replaced by Bruce Kulick.
Jeez.
Bruce Kulick was replaced by Tommy Thayer. Eric Carr passed away in 1991.
Yeah.
and Eric Singer replaced Eric Carr. And so for the last 20 years, it's been Tommy Thayer, Eric Singer, Paul Stanley, and Gene Simmons.
I never really
And
got really into the Kiss guys. I knew you loved them, but I guess I'd
well,
have to hear the music more, I guess, to really appreciate it. I mean, I love classic rock and all the stuff, the type of music they play. I just never really
they were
connected with.
superheroes of rock and roll,
Yeah.
and in 1979 there was a made-for-television movie called Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park that came on TV.
Yeah.
And I remember I was like in third grade or third or maybe I don't know. I was in elementary school, and I remember the night it came on. It was like everybody had to get home because Kiss was coming on television that night.
Huh.
You know what I mean? And it just was an incredible 50 years of music. And
Have you seen them live since the last time when I got you those tickets?
no, but I've seen them 6 times.
Wow.
I've seen them 6 times live in concert, and
That's
so
cool.
it is a big deal to me. And
Well,
just want to say, what's that?
Finish your part.
No, just thankful for the music. Thankful for 50 years. Thankful for having something to believe in. In that band, they just were a big part of my life and the soundtrack really of my life. And when I'm depressed or angry or a whole range of emotions, you'll find me putting in a Kiss CD or bringing Kiss up on my computer. And there's an album from the early 90s called Revenge. And it is a decidedly harder album. It's one of the most underrated Kiss albums of all time. And there's a song called I Just Want to Forget You. And it is my ultimate I'm pissed off, leave me alone song.
That's me with Eminem. I'm the same way with Eminem for the way I am. That's my spectrum.
So my wife has been in Pennsylvania for a week now, taking care of her mom's affairs, and been home all by myself. The kids are off doing other things too. And Saturday night, I ponied up the $40, rented the pay-per-view live from Madison Square Garden, and sat and celebrated the end of Kiss. And
well, there's one more message from Kiss.
Yeah. There's what?
There's one more message from Kiss for you.
What's that?
Well, it's Tommy Thayer from your favorite rock and roll band, Kiss. How you doing? I just wanted to check in today, see how you're doing, see how you're feeling. I know you've been going through some challenges lately, but I just want you to know that I've been thinking about you, and I hope that you're doing well and feeling a little bit better and just doing some of the things you enjoy doing. I know you love music. You have a passion for great rock bands like Kiss, and I just want you to know how much I appreciate that and the fact that you're into that so much. I got my guitar here. I thought I'd sing a little, speaking of Kiss, sing a little song.
Dude, are you serious?
Here. You show us everything you've got.
Dude, are you serious?
The room gets hot.
Yeah.
You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy. You keep on shouting, All right, here you go. You know how this one goes. I wanna rock and roll all night, party every day. I wanna rock and roll all night, party every day.
Dude, that is fantastic.
There you go. The rock and roll night.
There you go. Stop being a dick to me all the time.
Dude, that's awesome. Dude, did you buy that?
You did.
Huh?
Check your credit card statement.
Jeez. That's awesome. That's awesome. Thank you. That's very, very cool.
I figured
It is sad to see him go, but as they say, music lives on. And that's Tales from the Old Couch tonight on the Alpha Men podcast.
Case, you deliver the verdict. This is Man Court. All rise. The sometimes Honorable T.J. Michaels presiding.
All righty. If you got a problem that you can't solve and you need help with the freak jury and Man Court, tell us about it. Send us your Man Court submissions online at alphamenpodcast.com, or you can do it on one of our social media sites. Just send us a private message. But nonetheless, tonight's case is the case of the season for samples. Docket number 231205. And it comes to us from Josh in Rogersville, Tennessee. He writes, "Hey guys, it's Josh. I'm writing you on Man Court because I'm debating on what to give my wife for Christmas and need to get your opinion on a gift."
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. It's probably, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not qualified. Anyway, so long story short, a guy I work with, this is going to go badly. His wife sells very expensive cosmetics for a living, and she gave him a bunch of samples and free stuff to give to his friends. And he gave me a ton of the lotions, creams, soaps, which are valued at around $300, but they're samples. I did check at what this stuff retails for online. So what I was thinking about doing was putting all of it in a nice basket, decorated for Christmas, and give it to my wife as a gift this year. Oh, boy.
Let's go to a hotel, get the same stuff.
When I told my sister, she said, I can't give my wife stuff I got for free from someone else as her Christmas gift.
Yeah.
She says I can give it to her, but I have to give her another gift that is more sentimental. Why should I spend money on a gift that's not going to be as nice as the free one I got her? And I'm wondering if there are any ladies watching. Probably not. Would you be okay with getting a basket of nice samples as a holiday gift? Josh in Rogersville, Tennessee.
I see where he's going with it.
Listen, as a married man of 23 years, there are a couple of rules about Christmas. One, never buy your wife a vacuum cleaner. That was a shitty Christmas. All right. Two, you know when you're a kid and you give your mom the macaroni necklace that didn't cost you anything? That's what this feels like. I understand what you're doing, but in the same token, I don't think it flies. I don't know. We getting any comments here? You can comment wherever you're watching tonight: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook Live.
Scott said put a ring on it or something.
Put a ring on it or something. Well, I think he already did. She is his wife. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Pretty sure. But yeah. Josh, and you're right from one perspective. It shouldn't matter if you spent money on it or not, but it does. You know, it shouldn't matter. We always say, well, it's always the thought that counts.
Yeah, that's what they would say before Christmas.
And that's what people who aren't married say. You know, it's always the thought that counts. And it is the thought that counts. I think you can give it to her.
We missed the keyword.
What's that?
In Scott's comment, put a ring or something in it.
Put a ring in it. Okay, maybe a mother's ring.
Yeah, something.
Or something like that. Something
to spruce it up. Yeah.
Something sentimental, sure.
That makes sense. That's doable.
But, you know, we always say it's always the thought that counts, and it is. And it shouldn't matter that you haven't really spent any money on it. But women also want to know that they're number one in your life and they're important to you. And somehow, some way, it has become that you think enough of them to drop a dime, spend some dinero on it. And so I think you can still give her the basket, and I think that's a neat idea, and I think she'll like it. But I think if that's all you give her, you got trouble, you know. And that is the verdict tonight.
I'm leaving that. I'm not even putting a second part, Scott.
I'm 4 years old. I've done that. I've got a lot of experience in stupid shit. All right. Yeah.
Here, I'll throw that. He's 47.
Okay, all right. I was thinking that's got to be a typo. 4 years old, married, and man, this kid's going places. Listen, Josh, hope that helps you out. That's the verdict tonight. It's Man Court on the Alpha Men podcast.
I am stepping my game up, Cody. Hold on. Cody has a message for you, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
It's right there.
What's up, go Eagles? Oh wait, yeah. All right, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Cody. I wore this. I wore this beginning of the show.
Yeah, he's a jerk. He got it from Peak.
So I dropped the ball. I was really busy today, and I kind of forgot, but it's coming up. You'll see.
Okay.
More manly than motorsports. These are John's red flag moments.
It's just us. Ta-da! Oh no. So
That's the.
I didn't have a. I don't have a red flag moment, so I found a gift real quick.
Yeah.
And I figured since we were talking about flirt with changing things up a little bit,
Yeah.
maybe get some people's opinions on what
Sure.
they want to see or they want to hear.
Absolutely. Comment. You can do so right wherever you're watching tonight, and hopefully there'll be a red flag moment next week. Let's get to the Red Foreman Awards tonight.
Yeah, sounds good.
Who needs a foot in the ass? The Alpha Men podcast presents
My foot into this thing called your ass.
the Red Foreman Awards.
You dumbass.
Awards to the biggest morons, dolts, idiots on the planet, and the envelope, please. Our first Red Foreman Award this week. Our first winner, attorney Jack A. Blakesley.
I heard about this guy.
The Ohio Supreme Court this week suspended Jake, an attorney who defecated into a Pringles potato chip can and then tossed it into a parking lot of a crime victim advocacy center. And they say lawyers have bad character. Come on.
It's not his first time.
Criminal defense attorney Jack A. Blakesley's conduct called into question his fitness to practice law. The court decided his defense. He said he didn't target anyone, but had a habit of putting feces in a Pringles can and randomly throwing them in front of his car. He claimed he has pulled the Pringles prank at least 10 times that year.
Ugh.
Okay, dude. You're pooping in cans and calling it a prank? All right.
It's disgusting. What my question is, how do you line it up? I mean, what if it's wet?
I don't know.
I mean, you're gambling.
Dude, you do have to give him some credit. I mean, it does take some skill. I mean,
yeah, but what if you just have bad Taco Bell and you're like, oh, it's a good poop, and next thing you know, it's all over my hands.
I think you skipped that day. Nonetheless, the court didn't buy the prank defense and said he chose the Haven of Hope in Cambridge as his drop zone. Surveillance video captured the incident in November of 2021. Blakesley had known the victim advocates at the center for years and was scheduled to see them in court 15 minutes after the Pringles deposit. At that time, Blakesley was representing someone accused in a capital murder case. The court decided to suspend him from practice of law for 1 year was 6 months of that suspension stayed. And so, yeah, you get a Red Foreman Award this week, Mr. Blakesley, because you are a
dumbass.
Our Mr. Congeniality Red Foreman Award this week goes to Jose Silvero of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He decided to go out with a bang this weekend after he allegedly smashed the beer coolers at a local Quick Trip convenience store, made off with some drinks before allegedly driving his SUV into the grocery store. Things got even weirder when the suspect, who authorities later identified as Jose Silverio, stopped to drink a beer and chat with store employees before the officers arrived to arrest him. Meanwhile, the cherry on the sundae is the picture snapped of the suspect as he's being arrested, showing him with an effortless, jovial grin. Silverio was charged with felony, vandalism, petty larceny, additional charges regarding the crash and whether he was under the influence at the time also being looked into. But
I think he had zero.
Yeah, and inhibitions, zero inhibitions too.
Yeah.
I mean, look, you rob the store, then you go out and get in your truck, drive your truck into the store, then get out of the truck, and you see he really drove the truck into the store.
Yeah.
I mean, really into it. Okay. Then you get out of your truck and you're like, it's Miller time. Hey guys, what's up? And you crack a beer. Come on, man. So, yeah. Next up, we have Caleb Phillips, 46. He is a Florida man.
Of course.
Who denied ownership of a plastic cylinder of meth that was found by cops tucked under his man bits. He denied the product was his, claimed to be unsure of how the package got into his underwear. According to an arrest affidavit, Caleb reportedly insisted to a sheriff's deputy that he did not place the cylinder of meth in his underwear, but proposed the drugs were placed there while he was asleep. The old I was asleep defense, right?
Yeah, you wouldn't feel that.
Phillips was eventually charged with possession of narcotics as well as smuggling contraband into a detention facility, both felonies. He's being held without bail and is scheduled to be arraigned January 4th. Meanwhile, Phillips has several prior convictions, including marijuana possession, resisting arrest, possession of drug paraphernalia, fleeing and eluding, leaving the scene of an accident, driving without a license, and disorderly intoxication. So,
Jesus,
very trustworthy.
He's so funny though.
Is just messed up.
Messed up. And finally,
the final Red Foreman Award tonight goes to the Weldboro Hotel Bar in Tasmania. It has been flooded with applicants ever since they posted a new recruitment post. We're looking outside the regular hires when it comes to attracting new staff. The Weldboro Hotel has been lousy with applicants ever since they posted on their Facebook page looking to recruit alcoholics and people with a criminal record. Might
dumbass.
The listing reads, "We are desperate for staff. Police record? Who cares? Drug habit? Join the club. Alcoholic? Don't get me started. If I can find anyone before Christmas, I won't have a business after Christmas. If I can't find anyone before Christmas, I won't have a business after Christmas." Before the post got deleted, it was shared over 1,500 times. The Christmas miracle is the hotel stays. They've made 5 job offers and will stay open after the holidays. But
yeah, in their defense, I mean, everybody needs a second chance or a third or fourth.
That's true. I mean, look at you.
Oh, hold on. I'm fixing this for you. That was a drill.
Is that coming pink?
No.
That's the Red Foreman's Awards this week on the Alpha Men Podcast.
Men Podcast is proudly presented by Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook.
Ohana means family, and that's how they treat their customers, like family. Check out Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook and become part of the Ohana family. Awesome card breaks from football, baseball, basketball, and so much more. Ohana Sports Cards on Facebook. That's OHANA Sports Cards. Ohana Sports Cards.
There she is.
Oh, she's creepy. She's absolutely creepy. I can't even look over there. I think this is the last week for this feature because I'm running out of things to ask this thing. It's, but
like I said, we're gonna change some things up, and we're gonna play with things. So,
it's our feature. Let's ask ChatGPT. This started one week when we asked ChatGPT to write an obituary for John and I, and it was creepily accurate.
Ugh.
And so this week, in honor of the game of the season this Sunday, the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys, I asked ChatGPT to write a poem about the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry.
Oh, okay.
And it's short. It's short, but
like your Super Bowl resume.
Yeah. Right.
Gotcha. Keep talking. Hold on. Thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about. We have 4 national championships.
We have 1 Super Bowl.
What is that? We have won the NFL's biggest prize 4 times. Okay? You have won the NFL's biggest prize 5 times. We've won it 4 times. What are you talking about? What's the Super Bowl stuff? Do you automatically go back? Do you go back in Major League Baseball or NHL or any other sporting?
Today?
Oh, you just didn't do that. I know you didn't just do that. Do you go back and discount their championships?
Every time I'm talking, pushing the button.
Anyway, so we asked ChatGPT. Write me a poem about the Eagles-Cowboys rivalry.
Last week was a great game. No, last week was not the game.
We've already beat the Cowboys once this year. We're going to do it again this week. We'll get to that in a minute. In the heart of the gridiron's dance, a tale unfolds of rivalry trance. Eagles soaring, Cowboys in stride, a clash of the Titans where loyalties bide. On the fields of green where legends rise, Philadelphia's pride meets Dallas skies. The Eagles nest with passion ablaze against the Cowboys in a starry gaze. In Philly streets, the fervor roars, an anthem sung, the Eagle soars. Midst cheesesteak dreams and liberty's call, the rivalry echoes in the city sprawl. Emerald warriors in midnight green on the gridiron stage, a fierce scene against the Cowboys, a storied feud in the saga of rivalry forever renewed. How long did it take ChatGPT to spit that out?
0.01 second.
About a tenth of a second. It's absolutely crazy.
We should play this music in the background as you're playing it in the solo.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Having said that, let's get to our sports segment tonight. It's called Your Team Sucks on the Alpha Men podcast.
Say bye to your chat person.
Yeah, I can't. I can't even look over there. I'll have nightmares. It's nightmare fuel.
What are you going to say?
I said it's nightmare fuel. All right. We didn't have the open there. Are we having a lag issue? We must be having a lag issue.
I opened it. I just hit it real quick.
Oh, okay. All righty. So, sports tonight, the college football playoff is set. And if there was ever a year that made it obvious that a 4-team playoff isn't big enough, it apparently is this one. The committee decided this weekend that Michigan, Washington, Texas, and Alabama are the top 4 college football teams for the year and will compete for the national championship, leaving out the undefeated Florida State Seminoles.
I don't know how they do that.
And the winner of the last 2 national championships, Georgia, both out of the running.
So I don't follow college, but
it makes no sense.
How would you have undefeated and 2-time champions not be in the playoffs?
Oh, it is the biggest BS in college sports right now. The whole thing needs to be completely reworked.
Do they vote on it, or is it by?
I
don't know.
The NCAA votes on it, but the teams don't have any say or anything else in it.
So there's a committee that votes.
Yeah, and
so it's kind of like American selections.
Yeah, it really needs to be the national. I think the national, because you have so many different conferences. You got SEC and the Pac-10 and the Pac-12 and the Big Ten and all these other things. I really think a 14 playoff isn't big enough. I really think it needs to be like an 18 playoff. You know what I mean?
You got to have some more than boom, boom, down, boom.
But here's the other part of it. As a guy who lived in Gainesville, Florida for years, University of Florida, anybody who's an SEC football fan will tell you SEC football is better than the rest of the country, hands down. Of course, Ohio State fans argue, and so do Michigan fans and Penn State fans and everything. But, there's always going to be more teams coming out of the SEC than any other conference. And so that causes the problem. So then you go, well, is 8 teams really big enough? Is 8 teams, but 4 teams definitely isn't big enough.
Yeah.
Here's how it's going to work out. I mean, the committee really kind of decided that New Year's Day, number 1, Michigan is going to face off against Alabama. Washington and Texas play for the other spot in the championship game. The odds makers given the nod to Michigan to take the trophy this year, although the Wolverines' reaction to the announcement that they would be playing Bama was, shall we say, less than enthusiastic. Okay, so nonetheless, as you can imagine, Florida State, the athletic director there is going nuts. Are undefeated this season. Definitely should have a spot in the national championship.
Yeah.
In fact, the win over undefeated Georgia in the SEC championship should give them a head-to-head edge for a spot in the college playoff. And the athletic director at the Seminoles, director Michael Alford, said it's destructive or unwarranted injustice and unforgivable. And it is the first time the playoff system, since the current playoff system started 9 years ago, that an undefeated Power 5 conference champion has been left out. So,
Pete just said NCAA power rankings.
Yeah.
So the top 4 at that time are the 4 that go to the playoffs.
It's not the power rankings. There is it's the power rankings are things that they put out there, but there is a committee that votes at the NCAA.
That's stupid.
And that's how it works. But
imagine NASCAR doing that.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
God.
Moving on, Roger Goodell wants to ban the brotherly shove, the tush push.
This one.
Why? Why do you? It's not a new play. Tom Brady was doing it in the early 2000s. Why do you want, Roger? Why do you want to ban the tush push?
Because it's hey.
No, because it's a play that the Philadelphia Eagles execute better than any other team.
How'd that work last week?
Every other team has tried it. When you're squat 700 pounds, and you have the offensive line that the Philadelphia Eagles have, that's why the tush push is successful. So, what? Because they're good at it, you're gonna ban it. You're gonna ban 59-yard field goals too. I'm just asking. What's up, Roger? Huh? Nonetheless, he wants the play to be banned permanently in the NFL. Even though he's the top dog, he does not get the final say. Banning the play would take a vote by the competition committee, and then the rule change would need to approval of at least 24 of the 32 league owners, which, considering the Eagles are the only ones that can run it, I'm sure you can figure that it's not going to get hard, not going to be hard to get 24 votes. But anyway,
I mean, we got last week you guys are just
yeah. Well, here's the deal. They are calling the 2 games prior to this week and the 2 games after this past week the gauntlet. There's a series of 5 games in the Eagles' schedule that we would expected that we would lose 1 to 2 of them. We already knew it going in. The Eagles played 3 games in 14 days against 2 teams that were coming off the bye week.
Not me.
Yeah, well. So, here's the deal.
So salty.
Here's the deal. We deserved to lose that game on Sunday. We played like hot garbage.
Yeah, you did.
And if you know anything about the Eagles, when they lose,
suck.
They come back the next week, big time. And you know what? We'll see the 49ers again in the playoffs while the Cowboys are sitting on the
couch.
Yeah.
Heard that about fucking 10 times.
All right, we're moving on. Let's not be all doom and gloom on the team with the best record in the NFL right now, 10-2. Okay? However, there is a reason to be doom and gloom if you're a New England Patriots fan.
Your wife.
If you're a New England Patriots fan,
right there.
I don't know if you've seen the news lately. The Brady Belichick era is over. Okay? Between Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi, their quarterback play is not good enough to beat the worst NFL teams.
Yeah.
I mean,
this is where
the
you got cut
Patriots
off.
might as well call Drew Bledsoe to see if there's any juice left. I mean, I don't know. I mean, neither QB is Patriots material. And a couple of weeks ago, if the New York Giants opening second half kickoff doesn't go out of bounds, the Patriots wouldn't have scored a single point. And DeVito, a walk-on quarterback, okay, undrafted. His Jersey juice, he's making it happen.
I think Belichick has ran his course.
Well, here's the thing. Someone out there who cares about Bill Belichick needs to tell him this is it. Bill, it's time to save your legacy. Okay?
Yeah.
It's time to call it quits. Bill, it's not 2008 anymore. Okay? All of those processes that you put together to build the dynasty team, all of the things you did, no days off, do our through a lot of sucky seasons. I mean, it wasn't always, but there are younger fans that all they've known
is the Patriots being great.
Is Super Bowls and wins, right?
Yeah.
But someone who cares about Bill Belichick needs to say, Bill, it's time to ride off into the sunset, partner.
It's probably time to hang the hat up.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will.
Because here's the deal. This week, they didn't score a touchdown at all. They lost 6-0.
You lost
Repeat that.
to them.
The Patriots lost 6-0. This week, the Patriots scored just as much as the Vikings. And the Vikings had the bye week. Okay?
You guys didn't score much either.
It's time. By the way, you have a very short memory. You really do.
Here we go. We already discussed this.
No, you really do. You have a very short memory. Because I remember that the San Francisco 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys 42 to 10.
Yep.
Which is 9 points less. 9 points less than the Eagles scored.
Uh-huh.
So, I don't know what you're...
You can't bring up the past a lot. Are you a Cowboys fan?
Well, really, tell me about those 5 antique ancient ass rings.
Oh, you want to talk about ancient rings? What about the other 3 rings you got? They're really ancient.
Well, that's why I talk about them. Because if you can go back more than 30 freaking years to talk about a Super Bowl victory and a ring, I should be able to talk about mine.
I agree.
But somehow I'm not allowed to talk about mine. Because somehow they're irrelevant. Yet yours are almost 30 freaking years old.
Yours are
America's team, my ass.
You see Vader's comment about Belichick?
What's that?
BB's still great. The league just moved on from his style. Not the same league anymore.
No, and that's probably true. That's probably true. Look, I'm not saying Bill Belichick isn't a great coach. I'm not saying that Bill Belichick isn't one of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you got to know when to fold them. And it's time.
Yeah.
It's time to exit stage left. All right? I mean, that's just the way it is.
I agree.
Let's get to picks this week. Week 14? Is it week 14? Yeah, week 14.
Yeah.
In the NFL. And we start with Thursday Night Football. Oh, my God.
Oh,
you know
sorry.
what? You're
wrong
an
slide.
asshole.
I had
You
the
really
wrong
are.
slide. It was the wrong slide.
It's fine. It's fine. You know what? And for all of the Cowboys fans that are cheering and going crazy because we lost a game, oh, I feel terrible. I feel terrible. I'm so sick over the 49ers loss.
Do you realize
we fell
I don't get to do this often.
We fell. I know, because the Eagles are a successful team that are on their way up, and the Dallas Cowboys have been less than even mediocre for the last 30 years. All right, you're right. You don't get to do it very often. Okay.
This year.
So
pick your picks.
No, wait a minute. Here's the deal.
It's the same story here every week.
No. On the Eagles' loss with the 49ers.
Yeah.
I feel so bad. We fell from first place in the NFC
to first place in the NFC.
To first place in the NFC.
Heard this already.
We went from 10-1 to 10-2. Still leading the division, still in first place, still.
Oh, your wife just makes me happy every time.
That's the way that it is. So, anyway. All right.
You see your wife's comment?
Yeah. Thursday Night Football. We get started NFL picks this week. New England Patriots at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, my. These are two of the worst offenses in the AFC. Steelers are going to win this very ugly game 20-10. All right. Falcons, Tampa Bay Bucks. The Falcons are going to find a way to pick up another close victory at home, sweep the Bucks in their second meeting this season. It'll be Falcons 21, Buccaneers 19. My upset pick of the week, Los Angeles Rams at the Baltimore Ravens. Rams are on a roll. 3 games in a row to get back to 500.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a big upset this week. I think this is a trap game for the Ravens. It's going to be close. Rams 21, Ravens 20.
Josh said the Steelers went 3-0 in overtime.
It's very possible, Josh. Not a lot of offense there. All right. Detroit Lions at the Chicago Bears. The Lions beat the Bears in Detroit, week 11, 31-26.
Yep.
But the Lions now know it's go time. It's not going to be that close this time around. It'll be Lions 31, Bears 17. Indianapolis Colts, Cincinnati Bengals. The Colts have won 4 games in a row, 5-1 on the road. Over in Cincinnati, they got Minshew Mania going on. But the Colts will prevail in this one. Colts 23, Bengals 16.
I like that.
Jacksonville Jags. By the way, last 2 weeks, I've missed 5 games. So I was like 11 or 12 and 5. All right. Jacksonville Jags, Cleveland Browns. Browns lost 2 straight games.
Yep.
Both of them on the road. This one's at home. 5-1 on the season. They're going to bounce back. Browns 20, Jaguars 17. Carolina Panthers, New Orleans Saints. Okay, here's the deal. The Panthers suck. Okay, the Saints are coming off 3 straight losses, 5-7 on the season. However, they are remarkably just 1 game out of the NFC South lead at 5-7. Tells you how bad the NFC South is.
Let's say the South is pretty bad right now.
They're going to get back on track. It'll be the Saints over the Panthers, 27-13. Houston Texans, New York Jets. The Tank Dell injury looms pretty large for Houston, but the Texans still got more than enough weapons. Yeah. I think they outscore an anemic Jets offense. Texas 20, Jets 13. Minnesota Vikings lost Vegas Raiders. Raiders 4-2 at home. Vikings 4-2 on the road. This is going to be a close game. I like the Vikings in this one, 24, Raiders 23.
I'll go the other way on that one.
All right. Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers. Seahawks very, very close to giving the Cowboys their loss of the season in Dallas. But instead they dropped their 3rd straight game.
We're undefeated Dallas.
It'll be 4 after week 14. 49ers 27, Seahawks 20. Then we got the Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a really interesting game.
Yes. This might be bigger than our game.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't know about that. The Bills, they really have to have this game to get back in the playoff picture.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to win in Kansas City. Buffalo 1-4 on the road this year. I'm going Chiefs 24, Bills 21.
I'm gonna go with the Bills. Just I think they got the fire. And after that beat up, the Chiefs lost last week, didn't they?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna disturb them.
I don't see Andy Reid losing 2 in a row, and I certainly don't see him losing at home.
Yeah. Well,
so see. Denver Broncos, Los Angeles Chargers. The Broncos win streak ended in Week 13's loss to the Texans. I'm going Chargers 24, Broncos 16.
All right, I'll go with that.
Philadelphia Eagles, Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys 6-0 at home. Would have the same record as the Eagles with a win in this game. It's going to be a shootout. Eagles 30, Dallas 27.
Wow. I do not agree. But I figured you'd be like 6-48.
No, I think it's going to be close. Gonna be close. Yeah, I think it's going to be a good game. I think for all the ribbing we give each other over Dallas and Philadelphia, I think this is going to be a great game. I do.
I hope so. I hope we beat the hell out of these and shut up for a week.
Tennessee Titans, Miami.
That's all I want. I don't care about the Super Bowl. I just want to freaking beat you. So shut up.
I know.
That's all I want.
I don't talk about the Super Bowl. I don't talk about the Super Bowl. I've never talked about the Super Bowl.
Short-term memory.
No, I don't. I don't talk about the Super Bowl, especially in the regular season, because we take one game at a time.
I don't either. You talk about it for me.
Right.
You
It's
talk
our
about
year.
Thomas what I
This is
do.
our year.
I have not said those words yet.
Yeah, right. Yeah, anyway. Every Cowboys fan says them. This is our year.
I haven't said that.
27 years in a row. This is our year.
No. I'm comfortable with this year, but
Tampa Bay Bucks at the Atlanta Falcons. Dolphins 5-0 at home. Titans 0-6 on the road. It's gonna be a bloodbath. Dolphins 31. Titans 13. At least we made it to the Super Bowl and we weren't sitting on the couch in January.
Who is her team?
Huh?
Who's your wife's?
She doesn't have a team. She likes Pittsburgh. She likes Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah, she's.
Anyway,
Michelle,
Green Bay Packers at the New York Giants. New York has won 2 games straight, believe it or not. Which seems crazy to say, doesn't it? Like the Giants have won 2 games in a row.
It's yeah.
But those wins have come against the Patriots and the Commanders. So the Packers.
Scott, shut your mouth.
Packers coming off a much tougher test. It'll be Packers 28, Giants 18. And that's picks this week.
Yeah. And Scott, I just left Martinsville after installing like 12 or 14 loops. And I'm officially now. My season's
tell
officially
people
over.
what loops are because they don't know what loops are.
So timing scoring loops we have around the track. Let me change the thing here. Timing scoring loops. As the car goes by, the car hits it with the speed, the distance between the cars.
You are absolutely a jerk.
And so we decided to go in December today to install all these loops, so we don't have to deal with it in April. So we pretty much the track has all brand new scoring loops, and I don't want to hear a damn thing about NASCAR until January 14th when I fly to Daytona.
Yeah, Scott, just keep talking about how the Cowboys sucks. He likes that. Anyway.
I'm not showing it, Haley. I'm not showing it.
No.
I'll show it for you. There you go.
That is our sports segment tonight. Your team sucks on the Alpha Men podcast.
Now, apparently your team sucks. See the score?
Yeah. 42-10 when the 49ers played the Cowboys. So just saying. Talk about how bad the Eagles got beat, but yet it was much worse when they played the Cowboys, but nobody talks about that.
Nobody cares.
It's your year. Anyway, real or fake news? You know how this works. Well, we have 3 headlines taken from, the headlines. And 2 of the headlines are completely false. One of them is real. Your job, John, to spot the real news story and not the fake news. All right?
Fake news.
Okay? And you can play along at home by playing with our home game. Okay?
I think I'm like 15-2 on this.
So here are your headlines tonight. Real or fake news? Grammy-winning singer slammed for making restaurant switch to gold leaf toilet paper while she was dining at establishment. That's headline 1.
Okay.
Grammy-winning singer slammed for making restaurant switch to gold leaf toilet paper while she was dining there. Number 2, internet divided on new snowman-flavored Coca-Cola. Internet divided on new snowman-flavored Coca-Cola.
What is it, water? A little dirt, road salt?
Okay, I don't write the headlines. I just give them to you. And finally, woman quits job, becomes full-time pet psychic, charging $550 an hour. Woman quits job, becomes full-time pet psychic, charging $550 an hour. 2 of those headlines are fake. One of them is real. Which one do you think is real?
We would have heard about the snowman thing. I'm going to go with psychic because it makes more sense to me than any of it.
A woman in Pennsylvania left her job as an attorney to become a full-time animal psychic.
So is it real?
That's the real story.
Oh, sweet.
The wait list of 7,600 people. Nikki Vascones is 34. She says, oh my God. She says she can read your pet's mind, allowing her to pinpoint and solve illnesses missed by vets. That is why she charges $550 for a 90-minute session.
She's clearly a lunatic.
She says anyone can learn to do what she does.
Oh,
She says, look at a picture of an animal and just close your eyes and see what thoughts come to you. The psychic says, noting that you need to set an intention with the animal. Images will pop into your mind. Phrases will be implanted into your brain that you weren't thinking of 2 seconds prior. Or maybe you feel an ache or pain in your body that wasn't there a minute ago. And that's because the animal has pain there. Uh-huh.
What
Yeah.
the hell? Why?
The animal whisperer encourages people to practice as the validation will eventually boost your confidence.
Where do you get your news from?
$550 an hour. She is a pet psychic who can diagnose your pet's illness because she feels the pain.
Exactly, Haley.
And I want to hit myself in the head with a tack hammer right now after reading that, but whatever.
I'll be over with a hammer.
Whatever.
That, so the Coca-Cola is not real?
It's not real. Gold leaf toilet paper, not real.
I was really hoping to have some road
Snowman Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Stuff in Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
Is it clear like crystal? Crystal like Pepsi Crystal?
I have no. It's not real. It's not real. That is real or fake news tonight, and that brings us to our parting thoughts,
which I'm very curious about.
It is time for an intervention.
Oh crap!
Now listen. You're one of my best friends, John. For all the crap we give each other, I do care about you, and I want to help you with your problem. All right?
What's my
problem?
But
first, John, you have to admit that you have a problem. Okay? Otherwise, we're going nowhere with this.
What's my problem?
I mean, think of this as a friendly intervention. All right? We can you and I, we can do this together. Okay? We can identify 7 things. I have a 7-step plan. And once you're aware of them, you're fixed, my friend. You don't have to hide your head in shame anymore. You don't have to. And listen, I care. I mean, really, sincerely. We can do this together. All right?
What is it? What do I do now?
The 7 stages of grief for haters when they see the Philadelphia Eagles win another game. Okay? All right. First, it starts with denial. All right? They didn't really win. The other team lost. All right? So when you see this, and it comes, when it comes, to you,
I'm gonna shoot you.
You become tolerant. It's gonna. I'm telling you, it's gonna open a whole new world for you. The next sign is blame. All right, the refs. Right?
Oh, that's you once again.
No, it's not. You didn't hear me say anything about the refs. Although I could have. I didn't. I told you the Eagles didn't show up against the 49ers. And we deserved to lose that game. I didn't say anything about the refs.
You see what William wrote?
I understand they didn't win this week, but we got kicked off the internet last week. So I already had this done, and I wasn't wasting this.
So my intervention is, I'm an Eagles fan?
No. I'm just saying I'm going to make your life a lot easier if you identify these 7 things, okay, and you stop doing them.
Wait, William loves the Cowboys?
Yeah, he's A
Oh,
loser. Anyway,
you're the man, William.
he's a loser just like you. I like him. He's good for my daughter. Terrible taste in football, but anyway. Denial. They didn't really win. The other team win. Blame the refs, the refs, the refs. Accusation. The Eagles cheated. Paid the refs. That's what I hear all the time too.
Well, it's true.
No, it's not true. It's not. Okay.
Keep going with your story.
Conspiracy. The NFL's rigged. Did you see the thing floating around about the Super Bowl logo and the colors in it? Have you seen that?
Yes, yes.
No.
I'm setting the music.
The NFL is not rigged. Okay. Diminishment. They haven't played any good teams yet. Which I will admit I say about the Cowboys, but that's because it's true. Okay. All right.
What? We play the Seahawks.
Okay, one team.
We play the Giants.
One team over 500. You've played one team over 500. You've won against one team over 500. Self-soothing. Look at all the trophies we won. You all only got one. Yeah. See? It's a problem. I told you. That's why we need this intervention. Okay? We got 5 rings. 5. You guys only got 1. Actually, no, we have 4. We have 4 world championship rings. Thank you very much. All right? Self-consolation. You'll choke in the playoffs. Which is absolutely hilarious to hear a Cowboys fan say.
I haven't said it.
Cowboys fans say, when a Cowboys fan says to you, you'll choke in the playoffs, I want to say, hey, bud, take a look in the mirror. Yeah. All right? Those are the 7 things. John, if you can get a hold of these 7 things, if you can tackle these 7 things, you and we can get through this together. And I care. And that's why this intervention has been necessary.
Shut the fuck up!
So, your Eagles. I have no problem with the Eagles until I met you.
Yeah.
You were like that annoying kid on the school bus that just keeps screaming and screaming and screaming.
Mm-hmm.
I can't hit
actually,
you because you have a helmet on. I can't hit you.
Here's the deal. I actually didn't really say anything about the Philadelphia Eagles for a long time because I worked for a radio station that was the flagship of the New England Patriots, and I had to pretend that I was a Patriots fan.
But you're also a dementia patient that keeps repeating the same fucking stories.
Mm-hmm.
Get some new material.
Oh, right. Yeah, you too. It's our year. This is our year.
I haven't said it's our year yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Just post Scooter Magruder all week.
No,
who comes on and says in every video, the Dallas Cowboys are winning the Super Bowl. He says it just like that too.
I know he does.
You know, yeah.
Aha.
Yeah.
So let's bring up our Facebooks. We can bring them up live on our pages right now, and we'll see who shares more football-related stuff. And usually
Me definitely. You know why?
And it's more Cowboys than Eagles.
You know why I share more football stuff?
I think you're a Cowboys fan.
No, I'm not a Cowboys fan.
I think you are.
And I will guarantee you it's not more Cowboy stuff than Eagles stuff.
I don't know. You share a lot of Cowboys
I
stuff.
will readily admit there's
just spread around to you.
There's like 4 people that the majority of my Cowboys stuff that I post is aimed at. You are one of them. You are the number one.
I know. Then Tom.
And then there's a guy. No, Tom's not a Cowboys fan.
No, but you're firing him up.
Yeah, well, he gets all fired up because he doesn't understand. Here's the deal. Tell me you don't understand the Eagles Cowboys rivalry and how serious it is without telling me you don't understand. That's Tom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's definitely Tom.
Okay.
I actually defended you a few weeks ago.
Yeah. You know.
I feel like an asshole.
But yeah, there's a guy in the radio business that is a huge Cowboys fan that I post some things for, who lives in Texas, and who else? Oh, the crazy Texan The car salesman guy, Lee Pretty. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big. I get him all wound up. And Mitch from Midstate Dodge, his daughter Jessica, she gets all fired up at all my cowboy stuff. Those are the four people. Those are the four people I'm intentionally trying to fire up.
That's
the rest,
5.
I don't care.
Like Super Bowl ratings.
Whatever. Yeah. Right. Whatever. Think about those 7 things, my friend.
You should think about them.
They will bring you a more positive life. I'm just telling you. And it's time we get you thinking about those things. And I'm here for you. I care.
I appreciate it. Don't care.
That's going to do it for the Alpha Men Podcast, episode 20. We'll be back next Tuesday night at 8 o'clock. Same bat time, same bat channel, I guess. And thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
And the Eagles still suck.
Go Eagles. Go Birds. Fly, Eagles, fly.
You see your screen?
Yeah. Good night.